Hi guys, I'm going to share with you how I did my toaster cover today and the yarns I used, the hooks I used, because everybody's toaster is going to be different. You're going to have to kind of make it to fit yours. So first of all, for the yarn I used to make the cover itself was, I love this yarn, and it was a monkey brown. So it's kind of a twisted brown and cream. Looks like that. And to make the cover, I used an eye hook with a half double crochet. So what I did is I chained 35 on the bottom, and then I half double crocheted up to about here, and then I decreased 2 and I decreased 2. I made 2 of these panels, so there's another one on the back side, and then a middle. So you're going to have 3 pieces. So on mine, because I've got all this stuff, I left this side open so that it wouldn't snag and get caught on that, or I didn't have to stretch it over and it was sitting out funny. But you can close it if you want. So for the side, I did the same thing, half double crochet with the eye hook, and I started here and I just kind of laid it to where it started getting bigger. Then I increased 2, did a couple rounds, increased 2 more, and then went down. When I say increase 2, it's actually 4. I increased 2 on this side and increased 2 on that side, and did the same thing there and there. So that's how it gets bigger. And then for the toast, I switched hooks and I went down to an H hook, and I just did the H hook in the single crochet with this cream color. And the funny thing about this cream color is it looks kind of pink in the store, so I was hesitant, but it actually turned out working really good. So that is, again, I love this cotton. All of the yarns I used for this are, I love this cotton, and I want to do cotton because in case you put it back on when it's still warm, acrylic, might melt where the cotton's going to hold up. And this color is Antique Cream. So I did single crochet for the toast. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on a second. I want to know where I increase. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. About 13 to get this size, which is just about as big as my hand, so that's about 7 inches. Okay, so about 13 single crochets up, and then how I got it to expand, and believe me, it took me a minute to figure this out. And when I say a minute, I mean like 2 hours, because I was decreasing and increasing, and it just was looking weird, and I liked the way this turned out. So I increased every other one. What I mean by that is I did single crochet, 2 single crochets, single crochet, 2 single crochets, all the way across. And then I just single crocheted across that. So that'll give it, kind of the nice rising pattern, like a normal toast. So that's why it's not like completely flat, because you have all those increases, but they're not really that noticeable. So then I did 2 just normal rows of the single crochet after the increase. And then to border the toast, I also used the H hook with I Love This Cotton, and this one is called Antique Gold. So that's basically the crust of the toast. Antique Gold. And I just went around with a single crochet. That's it. And then to get my border, so for my 3 pieces, I don't think I said this, you can single crochet them together, but what I did was just take a piece of the same yarn and a darning needle, and I whip stitched it all the way together, both sides. And then I went on top of that whip stitch with this brown, which is I Love This Cotton, and it's just called brown. And the stitch I did was the rope stitch or a reverse single crochet. And I believe with that one, I used the I hook to do that, to stay consistent. The I hook is what it recommends, but that's for a nice loose stitch, I think. So you can go H or I when you're doing that. And then the eyes are just 2 buttons, and that's just, I attached them with plain black yarn, but I want to tell you something too. If your yarn's too thick to get through the holes, if your buttons are really tiny, what I did was I split my black yarn and just made a little small piece, tied it on that way. And then I took a really, really tiny hook called, this one's a D. I'm not even sure if you can see that. 3.25 millimeter. And I made the cheeks in a light pink. And I just did a chain 2 and then single crocheted in that first chain 6 times. Then tied it together and sewed it on. For the mouth, it's just a plain black yarn. I use this tiny hook again, and I single crocheted 6. I left a long tail and put the mouth where I wanted it to be, and then put a needle in and came back both ways so that the curve will stay there. So that's why it's held. So it's just a piece I attached. I didn't even crochet on there because that looks kind of wonky. And I believe that is everything that I did. If I didn't mention something, leave it in the comments and I'll try to answer it. But yeah, it's works up pretty fast, and it's just kind of a cute way to dress up your toaster. Thanks for watching, guys. Happy crocheting.